Welcome this good morning. A lot of people have asked my opinion on a lot of subjects like where the hell were you last night? Sino has a story to tell you about last night. It got crazy. Mad crazy last night. So it had a whole lot to do with a lot of fighting, a lot of action going on, and some Popeyes chicken. But we'll tell you about that a little later. Now let's talk about Skip Bayless, because that's what we want to see here. And what you're going to be looking at is a contrast of events, because this is where this Uncle Shay character started with the do-rag, the Black and Miles, the yak, Miles and yak. That became a viral moment and boosted Shannon Sharpe to getting as much money as Skip Bayless. This was the beginning of the end of Undisputed. Now, I just happen to know why he's gone and why he is leaving Fox Sports 1. And a lot of you might not understand it, but there's a reason why. When Paul Pierce came over and Skip Bayless at this time was going through a contract negotiation with FS1 as he's entering, this is his final year. 9 months ago, that's all it's been, 9 months ago, he was trying to figure out what was the next move. He was set to make a record contract with the team. And then this happened. So we will have to see how it all ends up in the end. But kick the intro.
Hi, I'm Carcino.
Oh, let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. As things shake up, they shake out. Skip Bayless, everybody's beloved Skip. This has been going on for a very long time with Fox Sports 1. Since the departure of Shannon Sharpe, the company has gone through a facelift, far as Undisputed. There was a lot of conflict about how they were going to do Undisputed when Shannon Sharpe was abruptly fired. That hurt Fox Sports 1 more than they would ever know. Skip Bayless promised he could keep the numbers near the same with revamping the show. So they 86'd the plan of the show being taken off of the air. They should have never done that. Skip wanted it taken off of the air as he couldn't agree with who they had there for the carousel. The carousel is them using other people from other shows that work with Fox Sports 1. They're already under contract. You're just putting them on the show. They brought in LaShawn McCoy, Shady McCoy. Shady and Skip chemistry wasn't there, and he wanted him no parts of working with Shady McCoy. He has final say and control over everything that's on the show. So if you're going into that narrative of Skip being the end all be all, And while they're going through this process, Shannon Sharpe is seeing if his negotiation with ESPN is legal with his, termination exit from Fox Sports 1. How fast can he go to work? Is there a non-compete? Normally, there's a non-compete clause for at least 12 months before you can go back to work for somebody else, especially if they're paying you a severance package. If they gave you a one-time payment and said, here you go, then yeah, unless you're willing to waive what they were willing to pay you based on what they had in store for you. It's two different things. Now, Skip was seeing the writing was on the wall, loves to compete. He works out every day. Skip is in immaculate shape. He's in better shape than most of you 20-year-olds. So he's not your average 70-year-old man. While y'all try to make him like he's frail and brittle. I keep telling you, Skip Bayless might whoop y'all ass. Now, here's the thing about it. Skip wanted to make the Skip Bayless show once Shannon Sharpe did his Club Shay Shack. Skip don't want to have guests. Skip doesn't want to have guests. Now, the major problem is Skip and his control factors. There's a lot of red tape as to what was going on here on this show. A lot of red tape, fellas. Now, here's what we call the red flags. Joy Taylor started off on this show, and she was the moderator. Joy was young, you know how she is. She's very energetic. She's more Instagram, TikTok-ish. She films the crew. Hey, in the morning, bringing the energy. We're getting ready for our morning show and all of this. And Skip is just not in the mood. Skip is not for that. Skip is old-fashioned. He likes control. The male-dominated, male point of view is what matters, not yours. He puts a foot down and says, this is how it is. I'm Skip. You can go kick rocks. Now, Skip got that old get your butt in the kitchen, what you doing talking mentality. And he had it since he was at ESPN. He went through a lot of moderators. Kerry Champion went through it. You know, he put the moderators before. Female moderators had to go through it with Skip. Skip would never call her the N-word. That's a lie. Now, here's the situation. Once he leaves ESPN and goes over to Fox, he basically got the same ideal of control. His contract dictated it. So he gets to say who's going to be on the show and who's not, and who can come back and who's going to be gone. Now, Skip wanted Shannon Sharpe to get in line. What got Shannon Sharpe in trouble was the sweater incident sitting courtside at the Laker game. Because Skip Bayless got a lot of those black folks hired. He brought Chris Carter over there. He brought Rob Parker back on television. He brought all of these guys back to mainstream when ESPN kept them in the dark. So what happened after the fact? Yeah, I need to get back in the gym, Ryan. You're right. But there was a reason I wasn't in the gym no more. The reason I wasn't in the gym no more is because I injured my knee, remember? And I couldn't do anything in the gym. So I had to sit here until my knee healed up. Now, but I'm still going to be in the job that I do of reporting, sir. That's why you're here. Now, Skip Bayless, he went through a whole different change, ladies and gentlemen. He came over here rejuvenated, and then with Joy, she was becoming stressed. And as soon as she found an opportunity to take another job and leave, she did. Every time she tried to speak, they wouldn't let her talk. It was like, read the lines, and that's you add no insight. So the only time they would ask her for insight is when they say, well, this is a domestic abuse topic, and we turn to Joy Taylor, who's been beat. Tell us about you getting beat up, Joy. Well, I was beat. So, it's like that's the only time they're allowed to talk, because Skip don't want to talk about domestic violence. To him, that's just a Tuesday night. I'm just kidding. But he didn't want to go in on the subject. Now, because of that fact, oh yeah, all hell broke loose. Now, here's the facts that people need to understand here. Skip drove her away. So now Jenny Taft was coming in. And Jenny, who was a much better moderator than Joy, way well versed and experienced at the job, it was a carousel of who was going to take that job. Jenny Taft would normally fill in when Joy wasn't there. So they would have her fill in. They had Alex Curry come in for a while. She was great. And then they brought in Ebony Williams. Now, we all know Ebony Williams is crazy. But when she was on the show, she challenged Skip. She would say what she wanted to say. She was opinionated. Oh, and they were trying to see who was going to be on the show. Ebony filled in for like a week. She was great. Everybody's like, man, we like Ebony Williams. She was kind of cute. At that time, she had a strong voice, but I'm like, oh, this ain't going to vibe with Skip. She cut Skip off and gave it back to Shannon. She was actually moderating. Ooh, Skip didn't like that. Ebony was gone. So Ebony's off the show. And then, every morning you got Alex Curry. She's just bouncing and full of energy and joy. Skip ain't gonna like that. Skip ain't gonna like that. So she was just filling in anyway. So Skip was like, when are we hiring Jenny Taft? So they hired Jenny Taft to come in and be the full time on the show. Jenny already works with Fox. She covers pretty much everything internationally. Soccer, Olympics, Formula racing. So sometimes they would have Alex Curry come in there, but she'll be on location. She'll be somewhere else filling in. Because being around Skip was not pleasantable for a lot of people. There was a lot of yelling at staff. There was a lot of people getting cussed out. And it was an uncomfortable environment for a lot of the people around. Now, giving you the gist of that, Jenny and Skip would have riffs every time they get into a thing where Jenny's talking and she's giving her opinion. Now, Jenny is pregnant and she's on the show and Skip's like, we got to get another moderator. They were like, and Shannon like, no, Skip, you don't get rid of a woman. Skip, she's having a baby. You don't get rid of nobody like that, Skip. She's in the middle of having a baby. You don't just throw her out like that, Skip. Well, what you doing? Now, Jenny and Shannon are really close. Skip is not that warm and inviting. She's like, come on, Skip, we're having a party and get together. No. You and Ernestine can go. No, me and Ernestine going to stay in the house. We'll send a gift. That's just how Skip is. Skip does not care about doing anything like this. Skip Bayless is not being released. We're going to get there. Now, so while she's pregnant, she's on the show, and she's a bit emotional because Skip keeps telling her place, and it's his show, and she don't have a right to start a whole conversation and go off on the topic. It's Skip and Shannon is what he keeps trying to reiterate. Jenny Taft's name is nowhere on the show. So you keep speaking. This is what the problem is. And they were having a hard time getting guests on the show. And when they came up with Club Shay Shay, this became a conflict of interest. And why Skip believed they couldn't get people on the shows because Shannon would do an interview with him on his Club Shay Shay. And he's like, well, if we got them on Club Shay Shay, why are they going to come on Fox Sports 1? This is kind of a conflict of interest. So he was really hating behind the scenes on Club Shay Shay. And it was on Fox lot. So Fox is like, look, we're getting paid. You know, we get them a lot to use, and this helps us out. It gives us publicity. The more bigger Shannon Sharpe gets, the more it helps for Fox Sports 1. So they thought it was a great idea. So they told Skip, why don't you create a show then? And you could bring your friends on there. Well, Skip created his own show, the Skip Bayless Show, who they kind of implemented. He did it, and he did like one episode a week. Then he went to not doing it at all. Skip really this is not his format. Now, going back to the show, Jenny has a blow up because she's tired of Skip telling her things about her place. And when he cut her off, that's when she had that blow up. You know what, Skip? And I can't say what I want on this show. I'm a part of this show. She just let it all out. And Skip was, no, you're not. No, you can't. And Shannon was loving it. He was, we all the same team, man. Same team. No, we ain't. And just like that, Jenny was gone. End of the season, Jenny was gone. She was on the first thing smoking up out of there. Now, we have another problem. She's gone. They got a replacement in there. She did it remotely away, and she was the moderator for the end of the season. And when it got to Shannon Sharpe getting fired from the show, that's when it took a different direction. Shannon got fired, and everybody thought Skip should be fired. And it's like, you can't fire Skip Bayless from his own show. It's not going to happen. So now it got to the revamp, right? All the moderators, all the women in this new women are right, never wrong era. It's all about the women. People like Skip Bayless, woo, not going to be accepted, baby. Oh, no. He gonna have to go to Outkick or something. Shoot, there's no room for Skip Bayless in a lot of these networks anymore. And the way these women felt like Skip was attacking, there was no way they were gonna let that situation go any further. So now Fox is basically pro-male. So they're like, all right, Skip's going in there. We're going to revamp the show. We can keep those numbers up. We're good. The fact that Shannon Sharpe was gone, they had no show in place. So they were like, okay, we'll take a week off. We'll be right back. Nope, didn't work out. They were interviewing everybody, couldn't get them. Nobody really wanted to work with Skip, and those who did was like, all right, I'm really work with Skip. Skip didn't want to work with him. So it was like, oh, well, Skip don't want to work with him. Okay, I don't understand this, but Skip don't want to work with him. Yeah, hit the like button, good people. Skip would sit down with him, go back and forth. They was ready to start this thing. Then they was trying to ask Marcellus Wiley, would he come back to Fox to see would that do anything? That didn't work. One of them were going to have to go. Skip was going to have to go, or Shannon was going to have to go. Or somebody was going to get punched in the face. That's how the show was on Undisputed at the time of Shannon Sharpe's departure. Everything Skip said, Shannon would blow off the top. Skip would yell back. It was a shouting match. Wait a minute. So it was all of that, it was like every day they would scream at each other. All right, we'll be back after this break. Whew, that was a good shouting match. Skip didn't think nothing of it. Skip just thinks this is part of the entertainment. What are the numbers looking like? As long as the numbers is up, who cares about what we're saying here? Now, Shannon cares about social media. He cares about his image. Club Shay Shay is up there. He looks at himself now as an equal partner. Skip is like, no, you ain't. I don't know where you got that from. No, you ain't. So right away, Shannon had to go. Skip's worst thing that they ever did was not going along with the carousel, letting Undisputed be off the air for over a month. They were revamping the whole show, new theme music, new production, new everything. This is going to be the new Undisputed. I'm going to have a super team. I'm bringing in Keyshawn Johnson and Richard Sherman. Everybody's like, okay, well, let's see how this works. They got Richard Sherman in here. Right, let's see how this works. You got Richard Sherman in here, you got this, and then they brought in the playmaker. Like Michael Irvin, and Michael Irvin only come in for football. So Michael Irvin was back. Skip got his boys there. You got like 3 Cowboy guys in there. You know, so it was it was the Skip Bayless party. Now, everything was different on this show. Skip was basically silenced on this show. It was his show and he barely was speaking. Everybody else having a good old time. Michael Irvin got up one time out of his chair and hugged Skip. Fox says, whoa, that's too much activity. We got to bring this thing down to a 2 and a 3 and leave it there. That's what the American public wants. We don't want all this yelling. Of course, the numbers tanked because this show had been gone for so long. Shannon Sharpe comes back on ESPN with First Take. Their numbers double because of the popularity of Shannon Sharpe. Mm-hmm. Well, everything went left. It went in another direction. So because it made a turn and went in a direction it shouldn't have went in, and now everybody's gravitating more to the internet. Remember when they said we were voiceless? Like, who cares? Somebody on YouTube. Who cares what somebody on YouTube has to say? Now they see the power of the internet. Everybody's ran to it now. We said this 7, 8 years ago. People like Fat Joe, all these other people who now make their living off of the internet, who went running to it. These are the people we were talking about. And I'll never forget, I was telling Yuckmouth that Yuckmouth thought we was dissing him. Like, man, you making your content off of us. I was like, dude, you missed my point exactly. You and Joe Budden, you guys came to this lane before it was anything. You know, like, y'all came here trying to make it. It's these people who took a dump on it, now running over here with their tail in between their legs because they realized how stupid they were. Oskino knew better. He figured it out. Yep, love Yuckmouth, man. Love that brother. Great show. He just misunderstood what I had said that time. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I wasn't speaking on him at all. Him or Joe, they're in a different boat because they were already here trying to establish themselves and doing it. And Oskino realized down the line, he was like, I should have been doing this my whole time. I don't know what I was thinking. He was like, he was in Indiana somewhere doing a show in like Indianapolis, and for like $6,000. And he was like, man, I had to stay at a crappy hotel. I was grateful to do the show, but you know, for $6,000, I went out there and did this, you know, performance, stayed in this cramped up, cheap hotel room. Had to deal with all the sound check and all this and hours and hours and hours, right? And he was like, man, people making that in a week. Like less than a week, a day just on YouTube. And I was seeing people making all this money. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. Y'all getting paid like this? Why am I going on the road? What am I doing? I don't need to be going on the road. I could just sit here and make content and get my YouTube check. Oh, man, this is the life. I'm finna get set up. So he's a hustler. You know what I'm saying? So he sees a grind. He wants to jump involved. And that's when he was cool with me. And he wanted to start a fake beef with me. And that went to another thing, but I don't want to get too far off the topic. With Skip, this was the problem he had. He said, YouTube don't pay like that anymore. To a degree. It depends on who you are. They just don't pay anybody like that anymore. Don't get it twisted. Now, you think the casino don't make money? Yeah, it could be a lot of them. Now, the scenario is this, and I want you to understand it so it could be clear to the general public what's going on. So Skip Bayless gets this new show. The numbers are plummeting because the show is dead. They're seeing it at Fox, and it's because they won't allow Skip to be Skip. So Skip is like phoning it in. He's doing his job, but he won't yell. He won't get excited. He barely even banged the tape. Now, during the basketball seasons or in the off season of football, they're done. The Cowboys are the only thing he got left. Tom Brady's retired, so he can't praise Tom Brady no more. So now Brady's gone. He hate on LeBron. And the Dallas Cowboys, those are his main sticking points. So now it's like, okay, where are we going here? What's happening? And all of a sudden, there's this negotiation going on. They're like, well, we can't justify paying you this type of money. Skip he believes his contract should be more money. Skip believes his new deal should be more money. He don't see a reason that he should take less money. And they said, well, let's do a 2-year deal. And Skip's like, no. He wants another 4-year deal. They're not doing long-term deals. They're doing 2-year deals, and that's it. Then we'll renegotiate after 2. Skip like, oh, well, then forget that. I'm done. Skip will walk away. So it was hardball with his agent. And they were like, look, they upped the money for 2 years. But they want to have some input on a lot of, changes on the show. Skip didn't like that. So the bosses said, okay, then we've come to an impasse. So after the end of your contract, which is basically you'll just work the rest of your contract out, and then we'll be transitioning away from Skip. We'll try to keep the show, might rename it. There's going to be no more Lil Wayne, no more any of this. No more No Mercy song. All of that's gone. No, Skip will find a way to bounce back. Hell, he always do. He's Skip Bayless. He'll be on another platform. I doubt he goes back to ESPN. But Skip would walk away from his show. So all these people saying Skip Bayless was fired, He's not fired. If he was fired, he would have been removed. Shannon Sharpe got fired. Skip Bayless is leaving the show. They can't come to an agreement, so they're going to part ways. Oh, 100%. Now, Bronny James. Bronny James. So, Bronny James, before the game, the Summer League game against the, who did they play? The Boston Celtics. Before that even came about, you saw some things develop with Bronny, him taking a lot of abuse in the press. Yeah, it was bad. So when you see somebody taking abuse in the press, and you start to see their, issues, their lack of leadership and all this stuff that they've been saying, and he's been playing bad and all this stuff, the last thing you want to do, the last thing you want to see is Bronny James getting an award for winning at Call of Duty video game. Summer League Call of Duty. He beat Grant Williams, some other players on this list, and he's got the belt.
Check me out. I got a little Hemlock MP7 type, or I got a little Cronin MP5, and I got all the switch outs and stuff. A little smoke in the throwing knife. Great classes. I get it from him though. He the go right here. He the go right here. Check me out.
Now, I don't want to see you playing a goddamn video game. The Los Angeles Lakers have signed you to a 2-year, $8 million deal. Your Call of Duty is on the basketball court. That's your Call of Duty, not a PS5 or an Xbox. Your Call of Duty is on that 94 feet of basketball court. The Lakers have called you to duty, and you ain't shown up. So, yeah, I got to chew his ass out because that's what we need to be discussing here. Your mental focus should be locked in on that damn basketball court. I don't want to see you playing no damn video game. I would have slapped that control out of his goddamn hand. Man, get that out of your hand and get your ass on that court and shoot these shots. You better get these shots up and you better get in the weight room. You out here airballing threes, barely getting the ball up there. What the hell going on out here? He looked even worse last night. He looks like someone who's physically tired. He didn't have any aggressiveness whatsoever. He rushed the shot and he hit it. He pump faked. He got there. He didn't relax on his shots at all. Everybody keeps telling him it's going to be okay. He's now 0 for 15 from 3. Why is he shooting them? He backed up to shoot a 3. For what? You need to go right to the paint. Get some easy ones. Get the feel of it first. You need to learn how to manipulate defenders. You're not doing that. You're playing right into their wheelhouse. You need to learn how you're going to get by them. Use shoulder fakes, head fakes. You know, you got to use all kind of feints to find out what other defenders like. You're going up and down the court. You're learning these guys as you're going up and down the court. What these guys like to do, what they don't like to do. By as many times you're going up and down this court. It's just not going through your progressions offensively. Defensively, you're learning these guys. Offensively, you want to know what they like to run. That's going to make it easier for you. You're going to know who slacks. You got to be the hardest worker on the floor, and I don't see that out of Bronny, especially last night. Last night was awful. He was timid to take shots. And you supposed to be this finisher. You supposed to be this guy that goes to the rim. You going up too soft. You going up like a doggone suburbanite. I've seen suburbanites play more than that. He's like, no, he ain't. He's growing up like a billionaire son who's playing in the backyard. Bronny, you can't play that way. You can't play that way. It's disgraceful. Now, I'm not finna go, Brandon Jennings and say you disgracing your father and all that, because it's summer league. How the hell he disgracing his father? They ain't even played yet, for real. This is summer league. The thing is he's learning, but when I see you playing a video game, I'm gonna get pissed off. Call of Duty champion. I wouldn't even post that. Your duty right now is learn this playbook. I'll throw that big, gigantic playbook down. When I come back, you should know every damn play in this playbook. You better be out there when we closing the gym. You better have the lights on, taking up 1,000 shots. I want to see you in this weight room at 5 a.m. Nobody shouldn't have to tell you. See, Bronny thing is people had to tell him what to do. He got to have it in him to jump up at 5 a.m. and go work out. He got to have it to say, I got to get stronger. I got to get my legs stronger for the league. I don't have my legs. I should have my legs stronger. I got to build myself up for the endurance of a full NBA season because I haven't played that many games. I want to be able to go 82 games. He's not disgracing his father. How is he disgracing his father? He ain't committed no crime. He ain't hurt nobody. He's not disgracing his father. He's just not playing well. Now, his father overhypes everything, but who father doesn't overhype something? Boy, my boy, I tell you, boy, ain't nobody faster than Junior. Come on, boy, bad. I tell you, boy, Junior bad as mother. Every father gonna hype their son up. Ain't nobody gonna beat my boy. I tell you, my boy, the best wrestler in the state. Get him, boy. Boo, 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 boo. Oh, God, no. Junior, what happened? He's better than me, Pop. No, you wasn't applying yourself. I told you to get some sleep. You were tired. Told you, staying up all that night playing that Nintendo. I don't know what it's called. You playing that damn Nintendo all night. So this is what I'm talking about. He's not disrespected his father by playing a basketball game and not playing well. That's not disrespecting his father or letting his father down. Brandon Jennings just be high. He smoked too goddamn much. And that's his problem. He needs to focus better on, he needs to focus himself on doing what needs to be done on the basketball court. And that's relax. He's letting too many people on social media get in his head. He's young. He doesn't know how to stay off of it. He gets on it. He's seeing all the bad press. And he hit a jump shot last night, and the whole place was like, yes, finally, Bronny James hit a jump shot. People's like, okay, now here comes the rain. And the Lakers are this summer league team of theirs is horrible. It's a bad summer league team. I mean, he was airballing jump shots, forcing threes. He airballed about what? 3 shots that he took last night. But he's afraid to go to the hole. He thinks he's this jump shooter. And it's like, dude, this is not your game. You don't have the strength in your legs and your arms to keep going up and down the court and pulling up and hitting these jump shots. And this is summer league, and he doesn't look up to par. Now, normally rookies, you see them fizz out when the season starts. You see them start to break down as the season go. Like after the All-Star break, their bodies become physically tired because you're playing longer than you've ever played in your life. And that's what happened to Kobe Bryant in the Utah game when he shot those threes and airballed, and he couldn't understand, what the hell did I do wrong? His legs were gone, and he didn't have any legs anymore. Now, Kobe Bryant knew what he had to do. That whole year, he went working on his legs. You got a 40-inch vertical, but you're 6'1", and you don't use that to your advantage, and you don't attack the rim with any type of ferocity. You don't go there and impose your will. That's disappointing to the Los Angeles Lakers on that team, that you're not doing these things. There's a lot to work on if they're going to build Bronny up to see if they can maximize what he is. When he go to the G League, he's got a lot to work on, and there's a lot of things he should be working on. And playing 2K or Call of Duty ain't it. You the Call of Duty champion. I don't want to see that ever again in life. I saw this and got upset. I don't care what you want in no video game. You holding a video game belt up. If I was your teammate, I'll slap that thing right out of your hand. I might be cut, but that's going to be it. They're going to be, man, you working at this gas station? Whatever. I thought you was in summer league, man. I slapped the controller out of Bronny James' hand. LeBron came in and fired me himself. I'm like, your Call of Duty is on the basketball court. The Lakers called you to duty, and you ain't showed up. That's the problem. If they make Call of Duty and you ain't showing up to do your duty, we got a problem. Don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. I know y'all just got here. Like it up, like it up, like it up. Right. You ain't doing a damn thing. I don't care what he is. He better get tough. He better get Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart. Instead of them, they gonna have to film Get Hard too. Get Bronny hard. You gotta get hard, Bronny. You gotta get hard. Damn. Like I hear, man, like the goddamn Tin Man. If he only had a heart. But I want him to get hard. He got to get tough and pause. You know, I know he had a heart attack. You know, pause on that. We ain't talking about that kind of heart. We talking about that willpower. Something he never had. He got to tap into that inner button. He got to press that inner button. I want to see Bronny win. I want him to be successful. I want him to be good. I want him to be great. But I can't want that for you. LeBron can't want that for you. You got to want that for you. You got to want to be great and mean it. A lot of people say, man, I want to win. Okay, well, what you going to do to get there? What are you willing to do, Bronny? Are you willing to sacrifice your damn Xbox and your video gaming and your TikToking and then IG? Can you do that? Well, I got to do that. I could do both. If I hear that, you ain't taking this serious. His 4 years is guaranteed. He don't care. So that's the problem with today's generation. He don't care. When you hear stuff like that, then you start to understand where the problem dynamic comes from. Last night I didn't go live. I went someplace. I hung out for a while, and they turned into a brawl over Popeyes chicken. One guy wanted it more than the other guy. A guy said it was his turn in line. Somebody else didn't believe it to be. He went to the bathroom. He came out. It only would have been, 2 minutes, and he could have got his chicken. He didn't see it that way. He saw it as disrespect that the guy went ahead of him while he went to the bathroom, and she canceled out his order, and then they started taking the other guy's order. He came out of the bathroom, was like, I was only gone for less than a minute. You couldn't wait? But I get it. He's Mexican. You're Mexican. I'm black. So I got to wait behind the Mexican. And I'm like, wow, he went there quick. And then she was, no, you went to the bathroom. I don't know how long you're going to be gone, so I'm not going to wait on my line. My line is here. I'm going to do this and that. And I'm just like, okay, let me see what this going. The dude was like, you got a problem with Mexicans, bro? You got a problem, man? What's up, man? I'm Latin King. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, on this and that. Yeah. Boy, I tell you, man, I don't give a fuck. I was like, oh, man, it went there. So now he don't care about the Popeyes chicken. But this brother wanted this chicken more than this Mexican. And I knew this was going to be a problem. His girlfriend sees what's happening from the car. She comes in. And she tries to calm him down as the black guy ain't talking no more. Now, the black guy's about 6'2". He's about 6'2". Skinny guy, but 6'2". This guy's about 5'8". Mexican, a little hefty. But he's talking that talk. He don't care how big you are. He was in line next. He's getting the chicken, and that's all he know. I'm sitting there like, they do close. I'm thinking a little bit, but I'm going to sit back in case somebody get to throwing punches. So right there, the girl's trying to get him out. Come on, stop, let's go. I ain't get my food yet. So he's like, no, I'm getting my food. This dude cut in front of me, and she just let it happen because he's Mexican. And then he starts saying some very derogatory things towards Mexicans. And then dude got, what, bro? Huh? And then she started cussing him out in Spanish. And he's like, see, he's like, I know that. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, now if I came back there and smack you, I'll be on Instagram. Y'all gonna have me on TikTok and have me arrested. She was like, let's just go to another Popeyes. No, man, no, that ain't right. No, he ain't getting no food. She gonna take my order and cancel his out. Or ain't nobody eating. And he meant that. So a guy who was sitting down there eating in Popeyes gets up and said, hey, why don't you cut this out? So he joins the fun. Now, I'm the black guy in here. We the only two black guys. Me and this 6'2" guy. So he looking like, hey, it's two Mexicans now. Now you got to get involved. I'm looking like, oh, the hell I do. I'm not finna get into this. You walked into the hood store. This is why I didn't go live last night. All of this was going down. So the one girl gets scared, who worked there, called the cops and was like, it's these black guys trying to attack us Mexicans here. We're trying to make chicken. So the cops fly up there. It's like 3. They don't have nothing to do in this town. There ain't nothing going on. So they finally get some action. They're like, man, Trump just got blasted. We need some action. Now we got something going on at Popeyes. Call everybody. They'll be like, dude, there's some action. Please let us get in. Yes. So it's like 5 cars for no reason. All coming up there to Popeyes. Because this woman in the back called the cops. I'm sitting right there. First thing they do is come to the black folks. Hey, we got to report you guys are causing trouble. I'm like, I ain't said shit. I haven't said and done nothing. I stood right here. And the lady was like, no, it's not him. It's this black guy right here. Shut up, B. Y'all, you did this just racism. Y'all came over here and y'all saw that. He saw it too. Tell him it was racist. I was in line next. You know it. I was giving my order. And I said, hold on, I'll be right back. I went to the bathroom, came back. She threw all my order out and then started going to the Mexican guy. As soon as he came in here, they probably family related. And she just canceled me out. It's racist. And I was like, no, cancel him out. I'm here. I'm getting my chicken. So, and then he want to start fighting, talking about he a Latin king and what he could do to me. And he want to kill me. You take him to jail. So the other guy comes in and he knows me. The other cop, he comes in like, you? I'm like, no. I've been in line to get chicken. So I was in line to get chicken. This incident happened. Then these two guys got up. That's just what happened. I don't want nothing to do with this. I just want to get my food and go home. So the brother was like, man, it's these racist dudes. You got to take them down. So the police had to sit there and for 30, 40 minutes, listen to people yelling. The girl behind there is yelling. Her brother or cousin comes up there because some girl in the back who called the cops also called the family saying we got drama here up there. So the cousins and them show up there and they ready to fight. And they was, come on, boy, let's come outside. Man, you talking to that's my cousin over there, man. That's my niece, man. Yeah, come on, bro. Let's go outside, bro. Yeah, let's get down. And the brother ready to go. I'm like, look, dude, you shorter than the other guy who came up in here. You like 5'4". Talking about step outside. So he's like, it's about 30 of y'all in this doggone Honda Civic. And it's like 30 Mexicans in the Honda Civic coming out. And I'm like, why would y'all pull up like this? And you see all the flashing lights from the police. And half of the people in the car is scared to death because they looking like, oh, God, immigration, get me the hell out of here. Why would you park here and jump out of the car? Man, go, let's go. So sure enough, they was like, who are you? Why are you here? They grab him, scoop him up, all over some damn chicken. So all of this is going down. People talking about fighting. The cops is like, look, we can arrest a lot of these people. So now this dude then brought all these Mexicans in the car. So the one cop goes up to the car and said, hey, let me see some ID. What are y'all doing up here? So it became a whole big melee over there. Next thing you know, it was about 7 Mexicans getting arrested. Some of them didn't have identification. All of them said their name was Juan something, and they didn't know where the hell they was from. 7 Mexicans going to jail, including the guy who said he was a Latin king. Shouldn't have said that. He came up under the gang file, and they were looking for him for missing a court appearance. So he went to jail. And me and the brother ended up getting chicken. And the chick had to serve us chicken. And she ain't like that at all. So at the end of the day, 7 Mexicans go to jail, brothers go free, and Cino got his Popeyes. So that's why I didn't go live last night. I had to deal with all the cops, the Popeyes chicken, and all that nonsense going on. So I told you I was going to explain it to you. Yeah. Exactly. Now, Shannon Sharpe is the biggest winner of all of this. Not only did he blow himself up on that show, Skip, he also made Club Shay Shay, built that up on the Fox Sports lot. So when he got over to ESPN, he knew how to play ball, do his time. But Club Shay Shay was going to be the engine to boost everything. Because a lot of people like Shannon Sharpe. He fit in a lot of those circles of that Skittles crew. And a lot of them want to deal with Shannon and interview with Shannon. They don't want to go on Undisputed because they don't like Skip. So once he was doing Club Shay Shay and Fox Sports was stupid, they should have aired Club Shay Shay on Fox. They should have did a deal with Shannon Sharpe to air Club Shay Shay, which I thought that's what they were building to do once it was building up. But they were too stupid. They too slow behind the wheel over there. And they don't have any vision of not seeing the value of internet shows and bringing them on television. ESPN, a little bit more diverse in that area because they hire younger people to get involved and say, hey, this is where the future is. This is where everybody's going. This is where the demographics is shown. Fox say F demographics. We got the 55 to 75, and we're going to keep it right there. And that's the way it goes. Thirty Mexicans hopping out of a Honda Civic is definitely the highlight. Yeah, and I'm telling you, it was a crazy night over fried chicken at Popeyes. Brother got to get his food, so that was it. He got the order and get his food, and then he was gone. And the cops was like, well, we got some people to take to jail. This was a great night. And I'll be mad if I was in that car and they drove me up to that chicken and I'm in the Honda Civic jammed up with all these Mexicans in there. You drove me right to the cops. See the cops. You see, it's like 5 lights going off and you pull in there. And I go to jail, man, you finna get beat up while we in jail. I'm gonna get a whole nother charge over some chicken. And then that girl who called from Popeyes, like it was a big thing going on. Nobody threw a punch. Everybody just talking. It wasn't even pushing and shoving. None of it. And she just called the cops, called her cousins, called them, behind her in the kitchen. Unnecessary. Oh, yeah. You already know what time it is. So Skip, he's up against it. Bronny played like crap. And now we've come to the coup de la croix. Team USA or Team Tragic. How does Team USA, how do they get embarrassed and blow a 20-some point lead? How does this happen? Somebody said they need Kawhi Leonard on the team. They got enough to win, period, with or without Kawhi Leonard. Now, Australia, this is exactly what I told y'all before. This is exactly what I told y'all before. Australia is a team that medaled last Olympics. They've played together before. They know how each other plays. And you got about 3-4 guys that's in the league. You got Josh Giddey out there. You got Ingles. You got Patty Mills, I believe, on the team. Australia is tough. Now, the reason they lost is simple. And I mean lost the public perception of them being the most dominant team. They hit a wall for a stretch of like 3-4 minutes. You ain't got no Will Case in Australia. That's just another day in Australia. She's actually too old. Now, here's what the case was and why it became a very weird situation for Team USA. Team USA made a very key mistake. And that mistake was the fact that they underestimated Australia. They were hitting their jump shots, and they are a perimeter jump shot shooting team, not really finishing at the rim whatsoever, only on offensive putbacks. That's it. You got everybody shooting jump shots and shooting threes. This is how you lose. All you got to do is attack them at the rim, and that is what Australia did. This is the same problem the Lakers have. This is the same problem Team USA have. Too many jump shooters, less post-up players, more jump shots. Nobody wants to do any work except for be lazy and just shoot jump shots. They almost allowed 70 points in the paint. The big men were not effective. Anthony Davis was as soft as Charmin tissue once again, and in Euro basketball, they will go to the hole and score. They're not afraid to go to the basket. They got tall and bigs that will go to the basket, and they back screen cuts. Team USA, they haven't worked on that, seem like, and backdoor cuts, everything at the rim is not really being challenged. There's no big man presence on Team USA. It's a bunch of tall guards. And AD is just terrible at rim defense and rim protection. Bam's rim protection isn't that great either. He's too small with most of these guys. They're getting pressure on the inside. They're blowing by with you moving of the basketball movement. And I'm like, look at this. These guys are moving. You got guys cutting to the basket, slicing to the basket. And then you got other guys there to offensive rebound and help. Anthony Davis is not doing that because he wants to go down there and shoot threes. Tyrese Halliburton saved them. If he didn't hit those threes, Team USA lose. And they needed that loss. They needed this game because they were in here waltzing like it's just an easy night. When they was up by 20, they laxed. They got real relaxed. And they just start letting the game come to them, right? Wrong. That's not what you do. You don't play like that, because if you do, you will, in a blink of an eye, be out of the game. You're lucky Australia's not a good three-point shooting team. But this is why I would never put no Anthony Davis in no NBA top 75. This dude ain't no top NBA 75. He going against this damn dude. Look like he came out of a pub. Hey, mate, want to go have a nice cold one? Some Fosters? Yeah. Yeah, Mike. They actually cut it down to 4. It was 82-86. And I started rooting for Australia. Yeah, the land from down under. Let's say, come on, Master Anthony Davis. You think they drinking Gatorade on the side of that bench? They over there drinking Foster's beer. And then you out there getting beat by somebody drinking Foster's beer on the sidelines, and Anthony Davis can't go up there and dunk on them every goddamn time. This is what I'm talking about, folks. This is what I'm talking about. This is why they going down. He ain't had no dog in him. He been like this since they stripped him down in college, butt naked, and he's loving it. I love this. That told you everything you needed to know about Anthony Davis right then and there. When he's laying on that nasty cold floor with a bunch of dudes pulling the doggone bath towel off him. It was over from there. He was never tough. He had Boogie Cousins around, so he ain't have to be tough. Boogie was there. Yeah, it's gonna be a problem if you allow things to happen. If you allow yourself to sit back. See, the worst thing for Team USA is they go up by 10. If they go up by 10, they get real stupid. You saw Camp Man, right? Did you see Camp Man out there and what he was doing? Exactly. This is why I tell y'all, people love to talk. He got that mouth game and he's talking, running off at the mouth. LeBron's doing what he's supposed to do. 7 points. What did he get? No, 10 points. He was 1 of 4 from 3. 3 for 8. He putting up Bronny-like numbers. That's what he's supposed to do. He played 21 minutes. That's about LeBron numbers for real. This is what it would look like if LeBron James played for real and there was no magnet ball. 10 points. 1 for 4 for 3. This is real numbers. Anthony Edwards played 27 minutes. He got 14 points, 2 assists, 5 rebounds. He got some steals. Oh, he was having a fun day out there on the court. Joel Embiid played 16 minutes. He put up 14. Just chilled. Everything was coming to him. Steph Curry dropped a donut. Steph was 1 for 6. Terrible. 3 points. Played awful. Patty Mills was giving him the business out there on the court. He made Steph look like he was old. Drew Holiday was out there being a point guard, so he wasn't out there to do all that. He only played 18 minutes. Steph was terrible. He was absolutely terrible because they needed a point on the floor, and he was being aggressive, and Halliburton was trying to be the point. And it was like, okay, so it's Steph the 2, but he really needs to be the point right now. They had no point guard on the floor at one point, and then Drew Holiday came out there. And Book is amazing. Book's been doing his job. Devin Booker, whenever you need a basket, Devin Booker has been the guy. And if it wasn't for Tyrese Halliburton hitting those 2 threes that he hit in the final minutes of that fourth quarter, that's his only threes he made. And that was his only points of the game. If it wasn't for those 2 threes Tyrese Halliburton hit from this corner, they would have lost. Clearly lost. It wasn't even close. They were panicking, forcing shots. They don't have a go-to guy. The go-to guy needs to be Devin Booker. You go to your most steady guy. Steph hit 1 3 the entire game in 21 minutes. It was terrible. All Steph shots were threes. He shot 6 of them, hit 1. Anthony Davis and Campman, both of those guys are shooting the most. They're the only guys shooting double-digit shots on the team. I don't know who told Campman he could be firing up all these shots. Everybody's saying this is going to change when Kevin Durant get here. I don't really know. Kevin Durant been kind of like chilling. You know, he's like, oh, he's injured. And if you injured, go home. They got somebody else. Why you need to be on the bench not doing that? Joe Ingles didn't score. And he was the best shooter on the team. But Joe Ingles is like, I'm running the point. So he came in the game. He played like 3 minutes, and he was just in there running the point, giving people the ball. But Dellavedova was in there moving the ball around. You know, they just there for, traditional facts of honor and respect. Patty Mills was just giving them the business because they couldn't contain him. And by him not being contained, this Landale guy was just killing them inside. They couldn't do anything. Landale. Their problem is they're not a good three-point shooting team. Josh Giddey is getting off. Dyson Daniels scoring on the inside. It's like guys is getting buckets they should have never got. You got Josh Green that plays in the league. Dante Exum plays in the league. Josh Giddey plays in the league. Patty Mills plays in the league. Ingles plays in the league. So you got like 6 of these guys. Dellavedova, I don't think he plays in the league anymore, but he played in the league. So that's like 7 guys that's in the NBA. This goes to show you the league is rigged. Absolutely it does. Absolutely. It does. That's exactly what it shows you. You were 100% correct. That's exactly what it shows you. It shows you. You said that as clear as day, and it's factual. It shows you exactly what you just said. No, I don't think so. I think that the people around us make it like because of all the hype, they try to give something. They put it all in perspective, right? The NBA, this is showing you that the NBA basketball is a lot different from European basketball. What they're showing you is that they're not using a magnet ball. You're going to actually have to hit a shot here. He said, I remember him. International ball is very different. That's correct. In the NBA, you can see some of these guys are trying to adjust by doing this dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Most of these guys are doing different things, like, they go, to try to get a foul call. Now, the refs have been doing them a favor because they played in Abu Dhabi, and it was a lot of fans there in Abu Dhabi to see Steph Curry. More than LeBron, those Abu Dhabians love Steph Curry. Remember we talked about what their plan was for the international dollars? I told you this. This is what the direction was. To try to build this game internationally. So the game was in Abu Dhabi, and people were out there to see Steph. Why? Because he's a little guy. They can relate to the little guy on the court. Well, it's a different feeling. It's going to be a whole different exposure to them. Bronny should have been on your Team USA. No. Can you imagine Bronny playing at this level on Team USA if they put Bronny on Team USA? Mm-hmm. Oh, no. They don't want to see that. They don't want to see that. Team USA is in a bind, buddy. They're in a bind right now because they don't have an identity yet. They don't have anybody there that they can singularly trust to get the job done. Yeah. Yeah, they didn't say anything like that. The name of the game is pain. You're going to have to put that in there, and you get laxed, you're going to get humbled. At a blink of an eye, you could lose. That's what they got to realize here. They've had it easy. It's been a cakewalk. Somebody said, why the F is LeBron playing? He's playing because who else they going to use? See, that's the main problem. That's the main problem, what you said. In an international game, you're not going to get those chippy calls. That's not happening in international basketball. In international basketball, you got to make it. If you don't make it, or like know how to make a shot and convert a shot, you're going to be in trouble. The best shooters on the team is Devin Booker, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and let me see, who else is a good shooter on the team? That's it. You can't trust Tatum. He's soft. Bron's done. Joel Embiid, he's going to do as much as he can. But Bam is solid, but he ain't no shooter. The only shooters you can trust are Devin Booker, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant. Can't-Man ain't no guaranteed bucket. So down the stretch, when the money's on the line, who you going to get that ball to shoot it? You better be looking at Book. I trust Book more than I trust Steph. Yeah, in Olympic competition, yeah. Book is the better shooter. He's the best pure shooter. Refs are terrible in every sport, but they definitely helped out a lot of the Team USA. I've never seen so many people getting foul calls for nothing. But when they get real, this is just exhibition. When they get real, they're going to be needing those refs. Oh, you know how I'm going to be out there when it comes to LeBron. Come on now. LeBron? As soon as I see him, I support my brother, Solomon Hill, baby. He was just out there playing defense. It ain't his fault LeBron can't move his feet. It's not his fault. But yesterday, it was like this for Anthony Davis.
I came on the air and talked about how Anthony Davis was a top 7 player. I take it back. Yeah. He don't look like he even wants to go anywhere near the basket. And my point is, yo, bro, you too big, you too skilled, you too talented. What has happened to Anthony Davis? Yes, Russell Westbrook can't shoot, but that's about it. We need to be talking less about Russell Westbrook and more about Anthony Davis. Because, damn it, I expected better.
I expected better. Old news? No, that's new news. That was him last night. Well, yesterday. Yeah. You see the way he acted? I don't blame. LeBron is doing exactly what he needs to do on a basketball court. Seriously, he's doing everything he needs to do on that court right now. I am not even joking. He's doing exactly what needs to be done. He's playing like what he would play like for real in an NBA game. Hitting one shot in 21 minutes. That's LeBron. That's where his game is right now. He's not even trying to enforce his will on the game because he can't at this stage in his career. LeBron was 3 of 8, 1 of 4 from 3. He had 10 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists in 21 minutes. That's where his game is at when it's real. You know, that's impressive for him. He got 3 baskets. Keyshawn Johnson in disguise. I don't think so. That's what they want to see, though. Have you noticed that? That's why they put these guys in there. They put them on display so that they can show them to you in front of the whole world. They don't give a F about nothing. I told you about that. They don't believe in it themselves. They know what the deal is. Don't be fooled. These people know what the situation is. They know what the deal is. Don't be fooled. I told people clearly, this is the situation. This is what you're faced with. No. Why would you believe that? Most of these people were independent back in those days. Independent. Texas and Bahamas resident. Yeah, Eric Gordon is a Bahamas boy. But most of those dudes were independently making those decisions out there. There wasn't no real plays being made. Nobody was running nothing real. That was independently. They were making those decisions independently. Y'all got it all twisted. I've tried to tell y'all countless times, Team USA is not what you think they are. This was going to be the end result. They're going to win gold. Hopefully this wakes them up. But it's going to be more difficult than they thought. You're not a shoe-in to beat Germany. You're not a shoe-in to beat France at all. Because they're going to play in the paint. They see how to beat you. They could use their size on you. And if it wasn't for Kobe Bean Bryant, there would be no Team USA. They were breaking the program up due to the failures of LeBron and Dwayne Wade and the Melo era. You guys were done. They were through. Completely through. The whole team was a wash. They were done with him. Y'all didn't see that? Absolutely. It was a wash. They were done with them. Kobe Bryant saved Team USA. It would have been done if it wasn't for him. That's why it was called the Redeem Team. They didn't want nothing else in there. They didn't want nothing in there. The Spice Girls and the Spice Boys. No, no, no. No, that's the LeBron show. LeBron screwed that up. 04, 06. We can't even win. They making fun of us in the Rush Hour movie. Y'all can't even play basketball no more. Team USA can't even win no more. That team winning bronze with LeBron. That was it. He was LeBron's. Kobe saved the program. They were saying we should go back to college players now. That's how bad it was. The program of Dream Team was going down. They stopped calling it the Dream Team. Because y'all were no Dream Team. Y'all were no Dream Team. Y'all were, can y'all believe these bums? That's how they were saying it. Can y'all believe these bums? Can y'all believe these bums? They went from a Dream Team to can y'all believe these bums? How did we get here? Because everybody turned into Scottie Pippins. We had a whole lot of Pippins, no Jordans, a lot of Pippins. You had a lot of Scottie Pippins. I got a lot of Scottie Pippins out there, no mics. That's what I said, because that's what I like. And we're led by LeBron. So you know we ain't got no shot in the world. Ooh, ooh. Led by a bum. We're led by a bum. You're led by a bum. Ooh, he told you to run. Because we're led by a bum. Led by a bum. We're led by a bum. He told you to run. Because we're led by a bum. They were led by a bum. So when you get led by a bum, this is the result. No. Skip Bayless will probably come out there and school all y'all. Y'all leave Skip alone. LeBron James is playing actually great. This whole team, this whole practice, LeBron is playing the way he's supposed to play. This is the way he's supposed to get down. That's what happens when you're led by a bum. He's passive. He doesn't want to be the main guy. Now he's too old to be that. When he was in his prime, Kobe Bryant had to take over. Kobe was a vet at that time. LeBron was in his 20s. You're supposed to be out there like Anthony Edwards. It's you, Wade, and Melo. Y'all supposed to be leading the way. Y'all laying on Kobe's shoulder like, Daddy, 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 save us. He's like, oh, y'all can't do this? All right, now I got to guard the best offensive players on every team. No, right now, Not right now. No, right now it's different. And the reason it's different now is because when LeBron was in his heyday, he should have been doing all of these things that you see happening right now. LeBron James should have been doing all of these things that we're talking about right now. Yeah, well, it's going to be a difficult situation. They leaked this information out. They wanted people to believe Skip Bayless was getting fired. When he's actually, they're just going to let him work out the rest of his contract, and they couldn't come to an agreement on another new deal. There was a lot of things that were at play, and the show suffered because of it. Why doesn't anyone want to work with Skip? Well, a lot of people on there did not believe that, he was that guy, on the show that they wanted to work with. So, no, Skip didn't believe he should be taking a massive pay cut. Skip believes he can get money elsewhere. He believes he created Stephen A. Smith. He built him up. He built Shannon Sharpe up. He can find another one. He just had to find one on the fly. I believe if Skip Bayless and Rob Parker did a show together, it would break the internet. It would be the best show on the internet. I'm not lying. Those two working together, I kid you not. Oh no, you believe that if you want to. That's serious business. That's serious business. No, they get it. They'll get it in. There's so much going on nowadays. That's why it's so tricky and hard to keep all of this in perspective, because it's so much going on with like news and stuff. All this stuff happened in a minutes of seconds and all of that. And I said, you know what? I'll wait till everybody in the morning instead of going live at 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. I said, I'll wait till early in the morning when people get up, when the show starts, and we can kick it off right. Man, Rob Parker and Skip, are you kidding me? They would tear this apart.
y'all wouldn't even see it coming. That's how prepared they are for what they do. If they go back to the old way of doing things, Skip still got it. Y'all think Skip can beat LeBron shooting? Y'all think Skip can beat LeBron? If LeBron and Skip were shooting, so you don't think Skip can beat LeBron shooting threes? If they were just shooting, you see, Skip got a jump shot still. You see how his is hitting all net? Net. Woo, net. Tell LeBron to do that. What you think LeBron put up? Highlights. Like these are highlights. What you think LeBron show you? Mm-hmm. Skip, baby. Skip. I'm tired of this. I don't need Fox. I don't need nobody. Skip. Skip. Skip, hey, man. Skip tell you, look, get your butt in the kitchen. If Charles Barkley and Skip Bayless did a show, they would fight on the first episode. Troy Aikman is a powerful person in the sports business. He didn't like Skip Bayless either. He haven't forgiven Skip for calling him gay, alluding to the fact he was gay in the book. And that altered his life. No, you're thinking about it in the wrong format. You're thinking of it in the wrong way. You're looking at it as a situation where other people are going to. Well, if Kawhi Leonard was playing instead of LeBron James, you wouldn't have saw what happened last night. Well, when you do things organically and you don't do anything that is on the scales of, you want to say, counterproductive. No, you don't want to go down that road. I like Undisputed. When Paul Pierce is there, definitely. Keyshawn is all right. I can deal with his, ridiculousness because he's ridiculous at times. But I get him. I know why he's ridiculous. He got relationships in the game. He's pro LeBron. Paul Pierce is different. You need Paul on the show. Richard Sherman, unfortunately, he got some demons he got to get away from, but he was not meant for this. Him for a segment or two, yeah, but he's not meant for this. And Brunson made the dumbest decision in basketball history. We're going to talk about that probably later on tonight. I want to have a full discussion on that one. Mm-hmm. No, buddies. Buddy boys. No sirree, man. Oh no. We've already talked about Bronny. Woo! What we got on that Patreon? You finna hear a lot, buddy. Oh yeah, Stephen A is happy about what's going on. We talked about what happened on LeBron's trip, and when he was tripping. From this photo right here, that's on the Patreon. And if you was on the Patreon, you'll know why USA struggled last night and how LeBron James played a part in that. That's what's being alleged right now. LeBron James played a huge part in why the defensive struggles happened. Now you'll have to go to the Patreon to hear how that played out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got a lot on there right now. Kendrick Lamar having the text messages that would end Drake. He possesses them. Jay Prince, Kendrick Lamar, Joe Budden was lying about academics. Oh yeah, whatever that is. Joe Budden talking about the expenses, him and Rory. I cleared up all the Drake and Kendrick claims. They said that was Mace and that was ludicrous. Tupac's white girlfriend, Kwame and Tears going at it. Funk Flex thought we would fall for his Kendrick Lamar trap. We did not. I only kept that on the Patreon. And then Drake's big secret. What? Is strip rap ruining the youth? Strip rap. Drake just woke up the real Miami. The whole attack. What else we got? The Kendrick Lamar text messages. I might bring this to YouTube. What's the best diss record? Not Like Us, Ether, and Tupac hit them up. We might do that live debate here like we did over there. And oh yeah, this is coming up on the Patreon. Woo! Not Like Us. This is coming on Patreon VIP. That house, these 3 dots, all of this is combined. What does this mean? Oh, you gonna find out. Trump assassination is a hoax. What LeBron James actually did. Woo! That's the hot topic right now. And then my coverage, the video that YouTube didn't want to have up, but I got it up on my Patreon, so they can't take that from me. And we got a lot more coming. So on that note, shouts out to Kwame Brown, Buzz Life, Ticket TV, The Dream is Pro. Welcome to HDII TV, Jag Sports with Jose Rodriguez. Subscribe to all those channels. And your boy Carcino says he's out. Be humble. Sit down. Yeah. Bronny, that video game stuff, cut that out, boy. Because this is what messed you up. If I'd have never saw this, I wouldn't have had a fit. Call of Duty. The Lakers called you to duty, and you ain't showing up. And you the Call of Duty champion. Want to hear nothing about no damn video game?